genuinely, from the depths of my soul, am not that type of person. But it seems like I keep getting mixed up with the wrong people. Like, I'm just done. Like, I don't want any friends. I don't want any girlfriends. Nothing. I'm done with everyone and everything. Don't understand it. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. And it's like, I think the craziest part is like that was in response to me saying that I miss her. I didn't even say anything bad about her. I've never said anything bad about her. I have stuck by her side. I have stuck up for her. I have lied for her. I have been there for her. But Amber Lynn's just a master manipulator. I'm just a wizard of manipulation. I'm going to be the professor at the manipulation college. Like, ever. I genuinely, from the depths of my soul, am not that type of person. But it seems like I keep getting mixed up with the wrong people. Like, I'm just done. Like, I don't want any friends. I don't want any girlfriends. Nothing. I'm done with everyone and everything. Don't understand it. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. And it's like, I think the craziest part is like that was in response to me saying that I miss her. I didn't even say anything bad about her. I've never said anything bad about her. I have stuck by her side. I have stuck up for her. I have lied for her. I have been there for her.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's lovely to see you. Happy Saturday from this side of the planet. Good morning, Mudslicker and Tracy and Katie and Jada and Ella and Chantal's deportation ticket. Hello, Sky. A pleasure as always. Fem, hello. Sandy Quesadilla, hello. Kishi V, Peaky, Ella, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are on this beautiful planet. Thank you so much for being here for yet another ad hoc live stream. Fit and Curvy, hello. Shax, hello. Cuddle Cats. It's good to see you guys. I hope you're all having a fabulous weekend, or a fabulous weekend when you get there. Good morning. I found a little bit of time in my day, and guess what? Foodie's been quiet, and Anna hasn't uploaded, so unfortunately we're stuck with the worst. Just the worst. Now, we will get to it when we get to it. We're watching Ambi, by the way. We'll get to it when we get to it, but I find it very interesting that Ambi's causing a stir on her members-only live streams that we're not allowed to talk about because it's super secret, you guys, and it's behind a paywall, and we're not allowed to do that. Except we are, and she can shut up. I guess it's technically between the two pieces of content that we're watching today, and I know it gets brought up in the third piece of content, but in short, Ambi has terrible things to say about Mr. Snowflake, and realistically, like, terrible is, like, such a subjective term, because in short, Ambi thinks she knows a thing and is spouting off about it and how terrible it is. Meanwhile, Ambi was the one who broke up a marriage. We didn't actually break up a marriage, but kicked the door in on a marriage and was fully aware of it and totally okay with it, except not, and she was the victim in it all. Anyway, it's Hecticana, girlies. So we're gonna watch... Oh my god, Sky, congratulations! That's awesome. Well done. Nice. Yeah, just in case anybody needs to know, Ambi hates anybody who may have been divorced for any reason, really. No reason given. Just if you've been through a divorce, you are the most terrible, evil person in the world, and Ambi would like you to know that. That's kind of sort of verbatim what she said in her live stream, which unfortunately, you know, I might be taking out of context, but I'm not paying to watch that naff at all. This is kind of sort of verbatim from other better people who recap her nonsense. So, Ambi, girl, if you want your words to be heard and known, make that stuff public, and if not, I'm going to sit here and continue to do exactly this. But today we're going to be watching two pieces of content. It is Cracker Barrel Gate and no longer weighing in or counting calories. What a shocking development and surprise. This is weigh in episode 8, so we got 7, sorry. So we got 7 weeks into counting calories, and then we said noom. Sorry, no. And then we're unfortunately going to be watching a Let's Talk episode, which quite honestly are the worst pieces of content that Ambi's ever produced, including mukbangs. This is the awful truth behind the hate community and rarity update. Spoilers, there is no rarity update. Idiot people are just, sorry, not idiot. I'm not going to try to offend everybody today. people who are asking questions of Ambi and expecting the truth, honesty, and not gaslighting and manipulation asked her about Rarity, and she said, I don't know, but if she was found, I would travel across the country to Wisconsin to rescue her. But you wouldn't, because you don't drive and you couldn't get there by yourself, so you would ask your mum to drive 19 hours across the country to pick up your cat that you let out. Good. Tracy, thank you for the super chat, honey. Tracy says, thank you for making Friday night even better. And hush about our beloved Snowflake. Thank you for the super chat, Tracy. I appreciate it. Yeah, but we'll get into it. Hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you. If you're new, and thank you very much for returning. If you are coming back, I'm not a mental or physical healthcare professional, just a guy who lost some weight, has a really fuzzy beard, and also talks too much about too many people. That sounds right. Also not here to bully, shame, hate, harass, or humiliate. Just here to talk about the produced and monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's all about what choices, choice about what we say, choice about what we put on the internet, choices. So let's get crack-a-barreling into the first weigh-in episode. Let's go. Let's get to.
Hey guys, welcome to another weigh-in video. All right, let's get straight into the questions. How has your BE improved?
We're not using the word? Okay.
So I noticed, even though I did outpatient for only a few months.
I'm sorry, girl, when was the outpatient? You're going to have to refresh this lie in my mind, because there's just too many of them and they're kind of compacting.
I noticed that, like, the tools, the knowledge...
Hello, is this the meeting of Snowflakes Anonymous? Bamboozle? Sure, why not?
And the things that I talked about in outpatient during that time started helping me.
Is that beard German festive? Yes, actually, yes. Very German, very festive.
But genuinely, all the credit goes to the 9 months of therapy I did with a psychologist when I was going to get weight loss surgery.
Okay. I feel gaslit. Hi, everyone. Hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you all. I'm so glad we could organize this Snowflakes Anonymous meeting. Raise your hand if you've ever felt gaslit and manipulated by this person. Me. This is really fun because I feel like this week Ambi's trying to rewrite a narrative for her own, like, wicked purposes. And it just doesn't make any sense to me because I was watching. So, Ambi, girl, 11 months, right? 11 months of therapy. Do you know how I remember 11 months? Because you literally pulled the pin on the weight loss surgery at the 11th month. And my assumption, and this is an assumption, so please don't let me tell you what to think. My assumption was that they said, nah, girl, you're not ready for weight loss surgery. And instead of saying that to your audience, you said, I changed my mind. And I'm also assuming it's because you had to hit a threshold for weight loss and you did it. And they said, girl, you're 500 pounds. Like, that's the duty of care. I don't even know if we want to do that. What's insurance look like? What's her insurance look like? She was going to pay out of pocket. Okay, that doesn't, like, stop anybody suing that organization if she passes away. I mean, I guess you could sign a waiver, but anyway. 11 months. That's how I remember it was 11 months. Why are you lying? You might be misremembering, or you might have been lying back then. Who knows? It's Reid. Her favorite activity is to lie. She froths on it.
I was only supposed to see that psychologist.
Oh, that's right, Christy. She gained weight. So she was seeing the psychologist to help her with her relationship with food, because she sat there in front of those weight loss people and said, I don't have a bad relationship with food. No, I've never said I have BED. What's that word mean? She was a whole ass lie, and then she accidentally brought it up and they said, oop, girl, you've just said the B word. Well, legally, we now have to get you, well, again, for duty of care, we probably have to get you into therapy, and it's probably going to be like 12 months over 6 months. Doesn't matter if you got to pay. And do you remember how mad she was about that? Oh boy, you're bringing up one of my favorite arcs of Amberlyn Reid. Thank you, Amberlyn Reid. Look at you, looking all like you do on the inside. Weight loss surgery arc was such a good time because she was so full of shit. And I think she is here. Oh, also, I am accidentally on top chat. There we go. Fix that one up. There we go.
Just for 3 months, but I kept going because it genuinely was like changing my life. And it's...
You kept going because the weight loss surgery clinic said you need to do 12. They said you needed to do a minimum of 12 sessions. That's what they said. That's what they said. That's what they said. I was here. We were all here. You were there. You told us. Do you remember? You said 12. 9 months? Where'd that come from? No. No.
Still has. Like, that's a psychologist that diagnosed me with BPD. Now I'm...
What? Wait, the weight loss surgery psychologist diagnosed you with BPD? No. No, that's not how that happened. You came online and you said that weight loss surgery psychologist said that you might have a few things. That sounds like this. You didn't come online with a diagnosis. No, you gave that to yourself after you found ChatGPT. No. Oh, she's so funny. She's so funny today.
I was only supposed to see that psychologist.
See, normally I get frustrated and really like white knuckled over Ambi's bullshit and lies, but sometimes you've just got to laugh. It's like a toddler. Just, I don't know. No, it's like Amber Lynn failing. Again, I feel like I besmirch the good name of toddlers so frequently. It's just like, it's just a failure. It's just a failure. Just sucky. Just sucky.
For 3 months, but I kept going because it genuinely was like changing my life, and it still has. Like, that's a psychologist that diagnosed me with BPD.
No.
Now I'm aware, and that's like the first thing.
Not diagnosed. No, because do you remember when you first started talking about BPD and people were asking you, oh, what type of BPD do you have? Which out of the 4? And you sat there and you were a stunned mullet, as they would say. Like, oh, yeah, I think I'm like type 1 or whatever. No, no, you sat here whole last and said, you guys have got BPD. Oh, okay, which type is it? I'll have to get back to you. No, no, self-diagnosis, Lynn. Memory of a goldfish. Again, I would not besmirch the good name of a goldfish.
To do when you're a borderline is you need to have that awareness, because without the awareness, you're like, what's the problem? There's nothing.
Amberlynn and awareness in the same sentence. That's a fucking laugh. That's a hoot and berry.
Wrong with me. You can have tiny little moments of like, okay, something seems off. What's wrong with me? But I don't really know what. It's the awareness that really helps.
Wow. Yeah. Ambi is self-aware. Yeah. Dark Rubber Ducky, is that how you type out that no? I really like that. No.
All right, let's not talk about that though. That's not what this video is about. That psychologist genuinely like changed my life. Yes, I still overeat. Yes, I still have issues. But the BE, like...
Where are we at now, Girly Plop? Because we are way in episode 7, and I'm assuming we're at the 520s. Girl, you have been in the 500s for so long. I can't even remember back when we got down to 400 lbs. Which is a lot of weight.
I don't do that. I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means. What I am saying is those 9 months drastically helped me. And then since then, I have done on and off therapy, and I've done on and off working on myself, whether it be workbooks or just like the daily journaling. Like,
didn't you say you've got a therapist now? Didn't you say you're going to see someone a couple of weeks ago? Is that happening anymore? Is it like the noom? Taz, thank you for the super chat, honey. Taz says, I'm dead over here with the no. It feels very like Amber coded, except in a really like fun, sassy way, not in a like gaslighty, smug fuckhead way. You know? It's great.
Finding
it's just when you come across something that you don't necessarily like in an attitude, normally I'm the bigger person and I'm just like, whatever, fuck it, like, it's fine. But so, like, I can almost see, I mean, I know that she is foaming under the desk right now. But because she's manipulating and gaslighting, and it is actually one of Amber Lynn Reid's favorite activities. Like, she loves to, like, confuse people. It's her favorite thing. But it just feels so refreshing and different just to give it back, you know? It's great. Leander, thank you for being here for 27 months. Leander says, ooh, a Saturday morning. I'm excited. Good morning, honey. I hope you have a great weekend.
Coping mechanisms is literally going to change your life if you struggle with BE. Like, it's hard.
Yeah, and Amber, do you know what, chat? Do you know what I've seen after watching Amber Lynn Reid post weight loss arc, because she never actually got the surgery because she pulled the plug at the 12th hour because she'd actually put on weight, and they'd told her she needed to, what did they say? She needed to show that she could lose at least 1 pound a month. Do you remember that during the weight loss arc? Oh God, what a good time. She came back and she said, well, the clinic has said that I don't need to lose weight, but I told them I need to set a goal because I'm a goal-orientated girly. A GOG. And they said, well, it would be great if you could show that you're taking this seriously, that you're working on your relationship with food, that the psychology is working, that you're serious about this. So we'll say, let's just put a number out there, 1 pound a month, which is honestly half a bowel movement for her. Let's just just lose 1 pound a month, consistency, because that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for consistency. We're looking for you to be able to work on yourself, to acknowledge what you're going through, and prepare for a massive life-changing surgery, right? And she failed. She did not do that. Amberlynn Reid could not lose 1 pound a month for 12 months. Amberlynn Reid started weight loss surgery and that whole conversation and that arc over the span of a year and weighed more after psychology. The 9 months of groundbreaking, life-changing therapy that she received, she ended up heavier than when she started. Gobby, not right now, babe. Babe, not right now. Please hold. Gobby just really wanted the spotlight. And then Jade left her because of it. Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, that's an interesting point. I don't know if Jade left because Ambi pushed her. Didn't Ambi push her? Didn't Ambi push her or something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know for a fact. I'll admit that. I just hear these things. I hear these things in places like YouTube and the internet. Yeah, crazy. Leander, thank you for the super chat, honey. Leander says, this is for you, Zach, so you don't need to ask for food and lodgings. We beg for food and shelter. Thank you, Leander. I appreciate it. Gobby was interested. Gobby was me, like, at the doorway. What's going on in there? Laura, thank you for being here for 32 months, honey. Laura says, 1 month until the wedding. Oh my God, that's come around so quick. Congratulations. Are you all prepared? Are you ready? It's going to be fabulous. Oh, 1 more month.
Hard, obviously, but I've improved drastically in that area. Do you ever do the lymphatic massages for your illnesses? So by illnesses, I'm pretty sure they mean my
Bamboozled said, I heard a rumor. Is that what we're doing today? I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that Jade pushed Amber and left her struggling like a turtle on its back. Is that what you heard? I heard that Amber punched someone in the face. That's what I heard. That's the rumor that I heard. I don't know if it's true. I'm not here to spread rumors. But, you know, Ambi was sitting there in her little gate-kept pay-only live stream spreading rumors about other people on the internet. For shame! For shame! Where's my shame bell? Ringy dingy dingy. Shame on you, Amber. You sit there and cry about how people misconstrue you, misunderstand you, watch your content, respond to you, react to you, don't believe you, all of those, spread lies and rumors about you, and then you're there sitting pretty behind your like $6,000 a month live stream being like, well, you guys, I heard this about Geordie. I heard this about Snowflake. I heard this about all of my detractors, and how could you trust them? They're terrible people, but I heard this.
Lymphedema and lymphedema.
I heard this!
And I do, but it is hard to do on your own self. So
I heard Ambi commits crimes against washcloths, rather. I heard that.
Do the best I can, but it's not something...
I heard Ambi likes a funnel. That's what I heard.
...that I do, like, religiously, because, like I said, it is very hard to do, like, by myself. And I'm not going to ask anyone to do it for me, because that is my job. Why are you not allowed to be on estrogen? So some cancers actually feed off of estrogen.
Some, hello, good morning.
And the cancer that I was diagnosed with, and the stage and grade that it was at...
Helen Keller doesn't believe in Ambi. Oh, work.
It was feeding off of estrogen. Does your mom grocery shop with you? Sometimes. I would say 9 times out of 10 she does, but we both have our own...
I heard Ambi's just dumb. I'll pay that one.
...cart. She goes her own way. I go my own
Also, hi, good to see you, love.
way. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because she gets what she needs, I get what I need, and then we usually meet each other out at the car when we're done.
I've heard Ambi screamed on a cookie. I heard a rumor that Ambi's favorite cookie is crumble. That's what I heard.
Did you order 5 cookies from Cracker Barrel?
Oceana, good to see you, honey.
So Cookie Gate was happening in my live stream, which I literally just...
Girl, it's not Cookie Gate. Cookie Gate had already happened. Remember when you were online dating but had never met and not really dating, and oh my God, you're in your mid-30s. Can you grow the fuck up and go and meet someone? Remember when you were digitally dating Erica? Do you remember? That's the Cookie Gate. We don't need more cookies. Put the cookie down. Put the cookie down. Ali, thank you for the super chat. Ali says, came right in as you said, screw you. Yeah.
Ended my live stream, so that just ended, and now we're here. I was so confused because people were saying I had 9 cookies and people were saying I had 12 cookies. I was genuinely lost. But I guess it turns out that people saw somewhere that the only way you can order chocolate chip cookies is if you order 5 or 10 at a time.
Right.
Which before I even found that out, I was trying to explain that the only reason why I had a chocolate chip cookie was because I was trying
to explain, you guys. No one ever listens to me. I don't have a platform. I've been silenced. Oh my god! What? Just how ridiculous can you be? Get a fucking life! Like, I wouldn't even be mad if Abby started doing reactions to reactors. That's fine, but she's literally got fuck all to say. Fuck all to say and fuck all to do. Except for fighting people who are criticizing the fact that she's eating cookies. From Cracker Barrel. She's the most triggered individual on the history of YouTube. You guys, I heard that people are saying that I was just trying to eat a cookie crumble cookie.
to get these like beignets. They just looked and sounded so good at the time.
Oh, I heard a rumor that Cracker Barrel actually only offers beignets in a pack, the same as the cookies. So it would make sense if people were assuming that because you couldn't get the beignets, that you got a packet of cookies instead, like for like, because it wasn't like they were giving you one beignet. Pick your lies better, girly plop. No, no, that's not right.
But when I went to order it, and then the DoorDasher went to go get it, turns out they didn't have those. And I was like, okay. So I messaged back and I was like, do they have chocolate chip cookies? I'll take one of those. And then they just gave me a chocolate chip cookie. So no, I didn't have 5 or 9 or 12 chocolate chip cookies. I just had one. All right.
No.
Let's get into the goals that I had last
No, you're a liar.
Last week. My goal was literally just to look into GLP-1s, and I have done that.
You guys, standing ovation. She looked into a GLP-1. This girly plop has been on 3 already, has come off all 3 of them because she says it's because of her concern for a gallbladder. I think it's because she's so bored and unfulfilled that food fills every gap in her life, and she's got many. I'm not a professional, so I'm not saying that professionally. I'm just saying she's bored as fuck and got nothing to do. You can only do so many Legos, it turns out. Proud of her, Grace. Proud of her for looking into GLP-1s. How do you think she did it? Did she just type into ChatGPT? Hi, I'm Amberlynn Reid. You might know me from my famous YouTube channel, Amberlynn Reid. I've been on 3 GLP-1s previously, and I'm looking to go on a 4th. These are the 3 that I've been on. What should my 4th option be? And who should I talk to about it?
So if you haven't watched any of my last videos from the last week, literally, I signed up. I did the questionnaire. I was fixing to get approved for a GLP-1, which has been very easy for me in the past.
No, you haven't been approved to a shit. You go to a med spa and buy it on the grey market. Not the grey market, but you know what I mean. You have never actually... Here, look, I heard a rumor. There we go. This is so no one takes this seriously. I heard a rumor. I heard that you'd never actually been to your doctor to get a GLP-1. You've never actually received a prescription from a PCP. You've just gone about buying it from med spas. And they're a bit more incentivized to, sell you on it because that's a business. But I heard you've never actually spoken to, like, a GP, someone who has your chart, your history, any of that. That's what I heard. I heard you just went to med spas and just bought it. I heard a rumor that you didn't even inject it yourself. You had to get your mum to do it. That's what I heard. I heard that you're so useless that you can't even do your own jab. That's what I heard. Oh, wait, where did I hear that? From Amber. Because we saw that as content. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. I heard that you can sit behind a paywalled live stream and badmouth people consistently about things that you've heard. But you can't give your own jab. That's crazy behavior. That's wild. That's wild.
But this company asked about my gallbladder. I told them I had gallstones over a decade ago, and they denied me.
Not I heard Goody Reid with the devil. Oh no.
And I almost gave up, but instead I was like,
oh, let this be a thing. That's so funny.
I had gallstones over a decade ago, and they denied me. and I almost gave up, but
Wait, I heard that under a decade ago you had sludgy gallbladder. Did you tell them about that as well? Or did this company actually have like a health record on file for you so they could actually see whether or not a GLP-1 would be beneficial and or harmful for you? Oh, because I heard you've had gallbladder issues previously. That's what I heard. Zing, thank you for the super chat, honey. Zing says, Snippy Poppy is kind of doing it for me. I'm not going to lie. It's like Dalton with some coffee ice cream.
instead I was like, you know what, I'm going to be an advocate for myself. I genuinely believe the possible reoccurrence of a gallstone is less severe than me staying the size.
No, that's so strange because that wasn't your opinion on the last round of Zempi. No. You stopped taking it because you've got medication anxiety and you're worried about gallstones and oh my god, you guys, I'd love to stay on this. It's so good. It's gonna help with my weight loss. She was losing like what, 4 to 6 pounds a week or something when she first started Zempi, and then she needed to up the dosage and she said, no, the gallstones. No.
Did not respond to me, so I'm over it. Okay, cool.
Texas, the rumors are hecticana this weekend. Crazy.
So that brings me into my goals for this week. My first goal is that I want to talk to my doctor and make an appointment and talk about GLP-1s.
That's such a good idea. Oh my goodness, that's such a good idea that you should talk to a doctor about the medication that you're taking. Yeah. I'm not saying that there aren't places for med spas. You've all educated me quite a bit about med spas. But yeah, it's probably a really good idea for someone who's had quite a complicated health history and is sitting here at 520 pounds to go on a medication that might not be right. But we'll see. Ali, thank you for the super chat, honey. Ali says, I heard a rumor that it was actually ALR that ended the Pope and not JD Vance like people think.
See what he thinks. I'm willing to...
We are just slinging rumors today. It's crazy.
Closely monitor my gallbladder if that like will make him feel more safe about putting me on a GLP-1. Number 2, I want to just work on my relationship with food, period.
Wait, what happened to that psychology you'd receive, that therapy you'd received from the psychologist for that 9 months? Wasn't that life-changing? Wasn't that groundbreaking? Did you not continue that? No, you didn't. No, because you're full of shit, and that was only mandated by the weight loss surgery clinic. And they said, you have to do this. And she got to the end and weighed more. And they said, that didn't work out how we had intended. Whoopsie daisy.
3, stop the daily weigh-ins and just weigh myself once a week. All right, so now let's talk about how my week went. So last
week, we're also falling off Noom, if the title is to be believed.
Week, I was feeling shitty, I was feeling defeated, I was feeling overwhelmed, I was feeling like I was drowning, I was depressed, I was low. I genuinely was not in a good place, and I feel so much better. Like, I feel like I can breathe again. I feel like I have reached the surface of the water, and I am no longer drowning. Like,
do you think she feels better this week because she heard a rumor about someone on the internet? I do.
I hate when I reach lows like that because it reflects in all of my life, and I try very hard to put on a...
Ali, not you heard a rumor. ALR was on Signal.
smile and to still be positive and happy, and sometimes it's hard. It's a scary feeling, but I feel a lot better, and I'm just very happy about that. So I decided in the middle of last week that I will no longer be doing daily weigh-ins because...
Oh no, you literally just said that.
They were messing with my head. I also decided that I will no longer be counting calories. I will...
Right, so we're back to doing nothing. That's been successful in the past, Abby.
Strictly be focusing on weighing myself once a week while working on my relationship with food. Instead of treating food like it's the problem, the reality is that I'm the problem. Nothing.
Your hand is going to mouth. Your hand is going to mouth. This is the thing that I don't understand, Abby. And please feel free to chime in. How is it that you've done what I eat in a day videos for the last 7 weeks, and none of them have accurately reflected like a weekly calorie count? How does that make sense? Are you drinking the ranch? We saw the grocery hauls too. What is going on?
Nothing I do regarding losing weight will ever be successful unless I work on that relationship.
Oh, I was gonna say period.
Losing weight is extremely important. That is how I'm going to save my life. But the only way I can lose weight is, like I said, working on that relationship with food. So that is going to be my main focus. I'm still going to continue the weigh-ins for you guys every single week. But by working on the relationship, the symptom, which has been the weight gain, that is going to improve.
Girl, the weight gain happens because of an excess of calories in your diet. Your relationship with food would probably better be approached and investigated with the assistance of a professional. You haven't been able to do it in the past. Personally, I think you're a failure and you won't be able to do it alone in the future. And I don't think you want to, because without your hard relationship with food and without being 520 pounds and having every struggle that comes along with that, I don't think you've got much to talk about on the internet. And I think she's kind of recognized that. Like, Ambi at one point in time wanted to be like a success story. She was quite vocal about all of that. I don't think that's gonna happen. I haven't thought that's gonna happen for a really long time, because I don't think Ambi's actually incentivized enough to care. Ambi went through a whole, like, cancer recovery, has gone through major surgeries, has, like, is consistently getting, not lipedema, cellulitis, like, suffers with lipedema, lymphedema, exists in her own-ness, and still hasn't been found the right incentive to change her behavior or, like, find assistance. So I don't think sitting here investigating by yourself is going to make the difference, girl, but sure.
Which will then be weight loss. And by working on my relationship with food, I want to use a tool like GLP-1. But on the side, I want to take all the tools that I've ever learned from having a dietitian and outpatient and taking those tools and realizing that food is fuel. You have to eat to live, not live to eat. I still want to enjoy food. I don't want to think of food as a bad. That is where I know that my relationship with food is not going to be good. So by working on my relationship with food, I need to take the actions into doing so. And as I do them, I will talk to you guys more about it. But as of right now, I want to treat my body better. I want to nourish my body the way that we are supposed to. Anyway.
Okay. Cool. Are we doing Whole Foods only? No. Fuck that noise.
Anyways, I feel like
that's not happening.
I could talk about this for like 9 million years. So let's move on to the weigh-in. Last week I was 514.2, and this week I was 516.2. And
you put 2 pounds on. You put 2 pounds on, girl? How did that happen? That's a kilo. Where'd that come from? Cookies. It was cookies. Call it what it is. It was cookies. Cuddle Cats, thank you for the super chat, honey. Cuddle Cat says, I love how the law of thermodynamics never applies. Never, never, ever. Don't you know she's special?
In the middle of the week, I did get down to 513, so I'm noticing I am just fluctuating right now, and I'm not going to beat myself up for it. Because progress isn't just, lose weight every single day. Progress is very much lose some, gain some, lose some, gain some.
No, Ambi, let's be serious. Your highest was 572.4. How long have you been 520? How long have you been hovering around 520? How long's it been since we got under 500? Let's be real, girl. Because you could lose 20 pounds in a week. You could. I mean, considering the conversation she's had about how successful her week ones are, because it's all water weight and lipedema, lymphedema. Like, what? How is it? Ambi, explain it to me. How is it that we've spent a decade doing this? And a decade ago, that was 200 pounds ago. How, where's the this? We've just done a lot of this, and then we went down a bit, and then we've kind of just done this. She's plateauing, you guys. She's got to rebalance the calories.
Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
No, I did not. No. No, I did not. But now it's time for... Okay, so in between these two pieces of content, Ambi did a pay-gated live stream in which she said some terrible things about people. Which, you know, whatever. But I don't know where she heard it. She's just hearing rumors on the internet. So that's fun. And I think she addresses it in part in this Let's Talk, but we may as well sit through it together. What a terrible time. Ali, thank you for the super chat, honey. Ali says, I had to remember that ALR is a secret 8th Horcrux. You know what? I heard that too.
Hello. Welcome to another Let's Talk video. So today I'm just wearing my comfy Nightmare Before Christmas. It's not Halloween nor Christmas, but it is comfy. All right, you guys, let's get straight into sweet and sour. Tina Ozuna 3459 said,
not Beck.
Crazy you still blame Beck. So I was simply just responding to a rumor where people were like, Beck urged you to go to the doctor about your bleeding. I was responding to
one, I could tell.
that with, that's not true.
She's so infuriating. So infuriating.
Beck urged you to go to the doctor about your bleeding. I was responding to that with, that's not true. Wasn't blaming, just clarifying. K. Marie Singer.
I'm sorry, are you dragging Beck back into this? Beck didn't tell you to go to the doctor?
Ozuna.
Beck took you to the fucking ER like regularly. What are you talking about?
3459 said,
Get your own ass into an Uber or a pickup truck or whatever the fuck you need. Don't be reliant on your partner for all things. That literally, like, that is burdensome. You fuckhead.
Crazy you still blame Beck. So
I see the rage has returned. No.
I was simply just responding to a rumor where people are like, Beck urged you to go to the doctor about your bleeding. I was responding to that with, that's not true.
No, you yourself have admitted that you spoke to your female friends back in that time and they said, oh girl, that doesn't seem right. You should probably go and see an OBGYN. And that's where you let the cat out of the bag of, oh, I've never seen one. In my 30s, I've never seen one. Or late 20s, early 30s, I've never seen one. No. No, just because she didn't, like, put you on the trailer and take you to a doctor doesn't mean that Beck didn't urge you to do anything. God, what a fuckhead. That might be my new favorite phrase at the moment. Really fun to say. It's just like, it's pleasing in the mouth, you know?
Wasn't blaming, just clarifying. K. Marie Singer said, love your hair, you look gorgeous. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. I have been trying to work very hard on my hair lately. Even my mom, the last time I saw
it's one of her goals, you guys.
Her was like, what have you been using on your hair? It just looks so much healthier. So people are noticing. It is very much a sad point because I do love my hair. But with age, going through menopause at such an early age, like my hair has like just gotten bad. So I'm trying my hardest over here. Emma Matson said, Beck is not even on the internet at the moment and all you do is talk about your exes. Do you not have anything more interesting to talk about?
Emma, I'll answer for Ambi because she's going to lie to you. No. In short, no. All Ambi wants to do is talk about food and drama. That's it.
For one, I don't care if they're on the internet or not. They poked, I'm responding. They have a whole channel talking about me.
You guys, I'm just innocent. I'm just innocent in all of this. All of these people come onto the internet and they talk about me and I've never done anything to any of them. They're all just horrible. None of these people even know me. I've changed. I'm different. But also, let me keep talking about them.
Responding to questions about me, watching and responding reaction channels about me, like it's just about me, about me, about me. I have hundreds of things that I talk about. Exes are included. They open the flood.
Dozens, maybe, not hundreds. I would say not hundreds.
Gates and pretty much said sink or swim, and I chose to swim. Everyone.
I don't think Ambi can swim. Ambi, let's see you go swim. I don't believe you can swim. I had a roommate, she can't swim.
Talks about my exes, and if anyone has the right to, it would be me.
I heard that Ambi does car commercials in Japan. I heard her hair is full of secrets and dry shampoo.
They laid next to me in bed, not you. Nicole said, I hope you're okay, Amber. I love your makeup and hair. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. It seems like more people are being sweet in the comments for my sweet and sour, and it's definitely appreciated, and it's not going unnoticed at all.
She's foaming.
All right, you guys, now it is time for Sip and Community. There's no point because you don't actually pick any of these questions. Every single question that I pick is on here. Let's talk about the 5 pack of cookies
goody pulpy
you bought at Cracker Barrel. I already responded to this, so you should watch my weigh-in video or become a member and watch it in my live stream. So I am getting a ton of questions about one set topic, so I'm just going to answer it as like a full statement here. A lot of people think that I can't afford my medication. I can. Why did you buy Mr. Snowflake's information? Never have I ever done that. Why don't you show the scale anymore?
So that comment there about Mr. Snowflake's information undoubtedly has come out because over the last, week or two, Ambi has specifically discussed the private life of reaction channels, which I find really weird. Okay, so here's my thing, right? For me, I tend to focus on the thing that I'm watching. I'll talk about like plants and baking and like how much I hate James Corden. By the way, thank you all so much for being on Team Hater. For that topic, I appreciate you all. And that Terrible Cats movie. Look, I get all of that. I find it really bizarre. I long for the days. I long for the days of Ambi and Foodie trying to actually be content creators on the internet, as opposed to thinking content is just back and forth with people who like create content that does not align with their gaslighting, lies, manipulation, and is different in opinion. Like, it's just so tight. It is the snake eating its own tail. And we're about up to, like, the shoulders of the snake. It is so tired. Ambi, just go out and live your life. I know she can't. And I know that she She sees everything said about her and just wants to disprove everything and control the narrative and convince people that she's a good person and that she's never done terrible things and blah, blah, blah. I get all of that, right? But she needs to get a life, and Voodoo needs to get a life, and neither of them are going to get a life, so it's only going to get worse. Terrible. Del, thank you for the super chat, lovely. Del says, I've been helping Snowflake with sharded reality. Sorry, I always read shattered as sharded. It's ingrained. Reality for a while now. Here's a sweetheart and Jen Amber and her room. Teb IQ can kick rocks. They absolutely can. And regardless of whether or not like the information that Ambi thinks that she has is correct or not, again, don't know, don't care. I find it so so egregious and fuckheadish, good word, that Ambi could actively sit there and be like, people who go through a divorce are the worst people in the history on the face of this planet. How dare you? How could you? What shit human beings? Like, and Ambi sitting there, like, wasn't Ambi's mum and, like, parents divorced? Didn't Ambi's parents divorce? Ambi's just jealous that she's never had the opportunity to do that because no one's gonna fucking marry her. Sorry. I'm sure someone will at some point in time. Maybe. But it does come off as jealous.
I weigh myself
It does.
naked. Do you think 34 is an acceptable age to be behaving the way you do? Yeah. Why was Beck's
Fit, don't tell Ambi that. She'll come for you.
health your
She'll get mad.
responsibility, but your health wasn't theirs? Let the hate commence for having a differing opinion. Oof. Why is it everyone else's job to take you to the ER and to make you doctor's appointments? No one has ever made me a doctor's appointment. I make them myself, so it's kind of a weird statement. And ask
I'm sorry, didn't Beck have to help you with appointments back in the day?
that.
Since we're talking about it.
Why don't you show the scale anymore? I weigh myself naked. Do you think 34 is an acceptable age to be behaving the way you do? Yeah. Why was Beck's health your responsibility, but your health wasn't theirs? Let the hate commence for having a differing opinion. Oof. Why?
Oh, she didn't even answer that question. That's so funny.
But your health wasn't theirs. Let the hate commence for having a differing opinion.
I mean, it's a valid question. Like, how is Beck responsible for Ambi's health, but it doesn't work the other way around when you are, you know, a couple who are meant to look after each other? Somehow Beck got the short end of that stick.
Oof. Why is it everyone else's job to take you to the ER and to make you doctor's appointments? No one has ever made me a doctor's appointment. I make them myself. So
Ambi doesn't go to doctor's appointments. She goes to emergency rooms and urgent care. Don't need appointments for that.
that's kind of a weird statement.
Like her cellulitis, didn't she end up going to urgent care for that one to get her meds? The other thing that I was thinking of was back a few weeks ago, she said, my telehealth doctor. Do you remember that? And I sat there thinking about it for a while, being like, does she have like just a regular telehealth service that she calls, or does she have like a specific doctor on telehealth? Like, how does that work? I don't know. And I did find it strange at the time, and I find it even stranger now that Ambi is calling her telehealth doctor, instead of going to this primary care physician that she allegedly had. By the way, I'm sure it comes up in this, but just as a footnote, Ambi didn't actually have a primary care doctor until 9 months into moving into Oklahoma. It was a big talking point because everybody was like, hey, doofus, you just went through like cancer recovery. You've got a list of complicated health concerns. It would probably be a good idea when you move state to find a doctor who's local so you can do things like checkups, like book you into specialists, you know, be a primary point of healthcare. You didn't do that for 9 months, Skelly Plop. Do you remember? You're going to lie about it in this too. I remember.
Asking why everyone has to take me to the ER. I mean, if you're in a relationship and your partner needs to go to the ER, wouldn't you take them too? You sound like a shitty person, actually.
You sound like a shitty person. You were never going to take Beck to a doctor or an ER. Why is it good for you but not for anybody else, Ambi? Oh, I know. Because you're fucking useless. That's why. Because everybody needs to do everything for you. What do you do for other people? Nothing. Because you've grown up thinking that just because you have access to resources, money from YouTube, that you can just pay your way through life and not actually do anything and expect your partner to be your caretaker. That's why you haven't had a successful relationship in a hot minute. No one wants to be your fucking caretaker. They just don't, girl. They don't. They see all of your history with your past partners and go, who the fuck would sign up for that? The last one had a specific interest in funnels. No one wants to be about that life, girl. No one.
Actually, just saying, how do you not understand how beautiful you actually are? That was sweet, so I wanted to include that one. Thank you.
Of course you did, you sycophant. No, sycophant. I don't want to say narcissist, because I'm not diagnosing, but you, self-centered asshole. There we go.
But probably because society tells me I'm ugly and disgusting and gross. Are you going
Oh, you guys, you just don't understand. People always say how gross I am, how disgusting I am, my German festive beard. Oh, life's really hard, but, oh, thank you so much, person in the chat who said I'm beautiful. Thank you. That means a lot, yeah, that means a lot to me.
to give refunds to your members for not going live for a full 2 hours this Tuesday night?
Lux, thank you for being here for 43 months. Lux says, morning Poppy in chat. Ambi is legit intolerable. Oh yeah, intolerable, insufferable, a douchebag. Sorry, I saw Christina's note.
I have gone live for the full 2 hours. Every single time I've done it. But I think there was one time I did go live for only an hour and 57 minutes, but that's because I wasn't feeling good mentally at all.
It's time for the interview. Linterview.
All right, you guys, now it is time for the Linterview.
If you could erase one rumor about yourself forever.
Oh, it's nice to hear what sound like human voices. And like a wind turbine.
But had to replace it with another one, even if it's a fake rumor, what would it be?
Oh, girly plops, we're talking about rumors. Love that.
Ooh, that's a really good question. That's unique. No one's ever asked that before. So I would erase the rumor that I'm lying about the relationship I had when I was a teenager, and I'd replace it with something stupid. Let's say the rumor could be that I never went to college, even though I did. Same.
I'm not 100% sure on which relationship she had while she was a teenager that she's referring to. That was all very vague. As for her going to college, but she did go to, she said, didn't she go to college? She went to like a paid college that she never finished for criminal justice, criminal science justice, something. Oh boy, the memories are just perfect smug face. What, this one? Do you all need to capture that smug face? Uh-huh. She went for a semester. Wasn't that Foodie that went for a semester? Or did Ambi go for a semester too? She took one class. Okay.
Person sent another question.
My second one is, if you could trade lives with any reaction channel, who would it be and why? Do you think that
Christina says yes, and it was only because Casey's mum said it was that or getting a job.
you would react to
Ambi really didn't want to do either.
the criticism of being a reaction channel in a positive way or in a destructive way?
Wow, I love your questions because they're so unique. So already right off the bat, if I was a reaction channel, I would 100% be a reaction channel that was constructive. I would not be rude. I wouldn't...
Me sitting here being very rude today. Look, to be fair, we've all been on this platform for a hot minute, yeah? I had so much more tolerance and sympathy for both Amberlynn Reid and Chantal for the first, like, year to year and a half, I would say. But holy shit has my opinion changed. And she loves to think that, like, reaction channels and audience members' opinion only changes because it benefits them, right? Like, they must get off being hateful and they must get paid more money when they're nasty and this, that, and the other. And the reality is, it's the content that changed, not mine, hers. Like, it's like watching season 6 of, like, your favorite show and suddenly they've turned, like, the terrible side character into the main character and there's just, you can't fucking stand them. Like, this is... that's just what happened. That's what happened, girl. That's what happened. You lied. You turned out nasty. And heck, speaking about Mr. Snowflake, like, Mr. Snowflake started the same way. Mr. Snowflake was Team Ambi for a hot minute. And then realized what a, like, massive, terrible person you are. And that's got nothing to do with your size, girl. You're just an asshole. You're a gaslighting asshole.
Be like mean, because when Zachary Michael actually came back to YouTube, I was actually live streaming when it happened and I reacted to him. And even though he has been awful to me, he has hurt me, he's made me feel like shit, like...
Then why do you keep sliding into Zachary's DMs? You fucking weirdo. You fucking weirdo. You weirdo. Who does that? Who sits here on the internet and says, oh, you guys, what did she say? Didn't she say she was like essayed by something that was said? How someone's gonna need to get you in a brain scan and like explain to me the fucking process that your logic goes through, that you sit here and you cry about people having, and Zachary Michael's one of the nicest ones, right? Like one of the nicest ones is genuinely very tolerant, very sympathetic, like calls out your BS, but like isn't necessarily gonna go in all the time. Patient. Zachary Michael is patient with watching Amber's content. But holy fuck, for you to be able to sit here and be like, Zachary Michael said this, been nasty, been mean, been terrible, made me feel this way. Go, 1, stop watching. 2, stop fucking sliding into their DMs. You're insane. That's crazy behavior. That's nonsense. Oh my god. Leave be. Block.
Has spent years just capitalizing off of my pain, my problems, my issues, monetizing that on his channel. Like all the mocking he's done and the degrading and just making me feel like crap. I'm allowed to feel that way, but that's not the...
You're allowed to feel that way. Stop fucking watching, you idiot. Right? If I couldn't tolerate how, like, frustrated I got with Ambi, if I couldn't, I'd just stop watching Ambi. It's fine. And there have been periods of time where I've just stopped watching Ambi because she's infuriating and insufferable and boring as fuck and useless. Right? And it's fine. I'm just here to watch my stories, and if I'm not at least having a good time at some element of it, I just won't. It's not a problem. So stop giving a shit about what people have to say about you. You clearly can't take feedback, criticism, or someone else's opinion. So leave be. Stop watching. You fucking weirdo. Go out and build Legos. Do better things. Find music. I don't know. Read Wikipedia. And not Conspiracy Theory Lynn. Go educate yourself. Tracy, thank you for gifting a channel membership. Welcome or welcome back to Jules. Appreciate it.
Point. Even though he's done all that, like I reacted in a constructive way, and I actually was very like...
No, I'm sorry. No. No, I'm sorry. What?
Like all the mocking he's done and the degrading and just making me feel like crap. I'm allowed to feel that way, but that's not the point. Even though he's done all that, like I reacted in a constructive way, and...
No. No. Maybe when you've reacted to Zachary Michael's content, but let's not forget how much of a nasty, wicked individual you have been in regards to talking about Zachary Michael recently. Remember your comments about Zachary Michael's breakup? Do you remember that? Do you remember how you were mental health shaming them because they were taking some time away from YouTube, and then you were saying that they were only creating content while you were creating content, and it was some type of weird, like, minute-by-minute competition, and that you had no sympathy for them because they had no sympathy for you while you were going through multiple breakups, even though you publicly created content about all of that information. And once again, reaction channels tend not to, like, it's kind of mentioned in passing until it's, like, a focus of topic. Do you remember that? Do you remember when you said that Zachary Michael assaulted you? Do you remember that? That was constructive. Constructive? No, none of that is constructive. No. And just because you can't actively participate in the setup of reacting, because you refuse to learn, even after Zachary Michael explained to you like an easy setup to do something like a reaction or how to edit it, you still drag out that old MacBook and sit with it on your knee, hip, whatever, and you hit play and pause and no. Constructive? No.
I actually was very like understanding and compassionate, and I related to him in a lot of ways when it comes
compassionate. Oh my god, she's high off the smell of her own farts. Compassionate. Girl, no. Compassionate.
to like mental health and such, and I feel like that's exactly how it would be as a reaction channel. If I could
we've seen you be a reaction channel. You've done reactions before. You're not good. You can't, you don't succeed at them. You don't thrive at them. You get bored after 5 minutes. You have no patience. No.
I trade lives with any reaction channel. I would only do it if it's for one day, because if it's forever, like, no, I'm good. I would probably trade lives with Jordy, and he is someone that I have not watched since the beginning of January, and it is so freeing, but
it's so freeing, you guys. It's so freeing to stop watching something, to stop watching content that clearly triggers her. It's so freeing, you guys. She's done so well. Well done, girly plop. You stopped watching Geordie for 4 months. Well done. Wow. Well done. Can't get his name out of your mouth, but well done. Not even watching anymore. Well done.
Just have a couple questions that I want answered, you know?
Hey Amberlyn, oh my god, I love your channel so much.
Aww.
I love your videos so much. Please never stop uploading.
Oh, thank you.
But I just wanted to ask, if you could wake up tomorrow at your goal weight, do you think that your mindset would change? Or would the mental struggles that you have still be there? So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the question. And I definitely think that
It's so funny as well. There's always been a big conversation about like live stream Ambi versus recorded content Ambi. Live stream Ambi is real Ambi. Recorded content Ambi is masked Ambi, as she would say. And it's just funny. The more I think about her hiding her nastiness behind a paywall, the more accurate I think that that information is.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the
That this is not real Ambi, that live stream Ambi is real Ambi.
question. And I definitely think that the struggle would still be there. 100%.
Okay, sorry it took me so long. I literally was like on a train for so long. But anyway, I have 2 questions for you, but I'm going to send them as 2 different voice.
Oh my god, has this been so quiet? No, it's just because it's the question. Never mind. I just noticed the audio.
Emails or voice messages, so that if you decide you want to answer like one or not the other or whatever, you don't have to do any like weird editing. You can just like pick whichever question you want to answer, and then you can, I don't know. I'm trying to make it easier for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not easier for me, girl. Come on.
Aw.
Let's ask the questions.
Okay, she sent another.
So my first question, back in like December, I remember you did like an interview for like an article, and it was supposed to come out in December or something, but you did like an interview for an article that kind of just like disappeared. Like, what's the tea on that?
For real?
Oh, this was the same interviewer that interviewed Zachary Michael, right? I'm assuming no one gave a fuck. I'm assuming that someone went out there with the intention of like, oh, I'm going to reach out to like this content creator on the internet who seems to be like quite controversial, has a lot of people talking about her, get her side of the story. Her side of the story is clearly she feels like she's bullied because of her size. Then interviewed people within the community, and then nothing came about it because it was probably not that interesting. That's probably what happened.
That coming out, I was like low-key really interested in that. Where did that go?
Okay, so I'll respond to your next question after this one, and I'm wondering the same thing. Like, where is it? I haven't been contacted.
It got scrapped, girl. That's where it is.
Did.
It's gone. It's done. No one gives a shit.
Or anything. I haven't gotten any updates. Haven't heard about it. I think people found out like who the interviewer was.
Oh.
And I'm afraid that maybe they were harassed or something.
She is high off the smell of her own farts. She thinks that people found out who the journalist was and have bullied and harassed the journalist into not publishing the article. Fuck. She must feel so self-important, pardon me, in this world. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, she's not joking. She's serious.
Found out like who the interviewer was, and I'm afraid that maybe they were harassed or something, because that's always what happens. Like something good happens to me, or even just like,
girl, do you think that interview was going to be good for you? That's the true tea. She thinks it was going to be sympathetic.
Mediocre. The haters know how to ruin it.
The hateful side of YouTube.
This has happened. I can't even tell you how many times. I have been contacted for like sponsors so many times, but I never do any of it. I decided to do it one time, and it.
No one will sponsor you, Ambi, because like actually, that's not true. I'm sure someone would sponsor Ambi, but they would not receive the outcome they would expect. And to be fair, I think the glory days of like coldest water bottle era sponsorship and all of that stuff are long gone. I don't think that there's a lot of sponsorship in like in vloggers necessarily at the moment, because Ambi doesn't have a niche, right? Like Anna can kind of hustle her way into a Quest Chips sponsorship, But Ambi doesn't really have anything. Like, what the fuck would she get sponsored for? Legitimately, what would she get sponsored for? What company could she actually work with, outside of that Gurnal company, which I'm pretty sure she's about to bring up? Like, she hasn't got any, like, hobbies. She's got no passions. She's got no niche. She's not out there creating content for, like, a specific group of people to then be able to buy a product or service through. So who the fuck would want sponsorship with Ambi?
It was a journaling company, like
Big bingo.
a notebook / journaling company. I literally talked about the company one time and said,
If you see the content creators who, like, Lego sponsors and partners and, like, sends things to, and then you watch Ambi, they are not the same. They are not the same at all.
That's how I was sponsored, because you're supposed to let your audience know that you're sponsored when you do something. And the company got literally harassed and they had to let me go. So it just sucks. I feel like it could be very much one of them situations for sure. All right, so let's continue.
Big scooter.
Your questions.
Oh, big washcloth. See, that's what it is.
And then my second question, which is like a little less like serious.
Lottie, good to see you, honey. Lottie says, isn't this the same same woman who was going to take GLP-1 sponsorship and started making changes to a diet plan to do it? Oh my god, I forgot that happened all in the span of a week. Until she realized YouTube might have a problem with it. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, I forgot that week. That's when she sat here and she said, you guys, I've got some really exciting news. I'm going to be doing a thing, but I can't tell you too much about it yet because I've got to do that in a separate video. So it's going to happen. Oh my god, I do remember that. Oh, she couldn't even stick a sponsorship for Zempi. That's crazy.
Yes, I guess.
That's crazy.
If you could own any pet that, like, you're not allowed to own, like a lion or, like, I don't know, a sloth, like something crazy, what pet would you have? Like, what, like, restricted pet would you have? I always think that's a fun question. But yeah.
It is a fun question.
Anyway.
Christina, I'm not a Gurnal girly, right? But when Ambi got that what's it called? The dot Gurnal? What's that one? When she got that and she made that how many times I've cried today chart, that fucking sent me over the edge and was like, maybe journaling would be fun. I can track everything. How much water I've drank, what I had for lunch, how many times I've cried today. Bullet journal, that's it, bullet journal.
Love you. Been watching your videos for like 8 years now.
Lottie, I'm not panini pressed. No, I'm trying just to give Ambi's energy back to her today. But I hope you're enjoying the walk.
Literally crazy. Like, I've really been watching you for so long. Love you.
I love you.
Hope you're doing okay.
Honestly, Sippy Cups, we saw that bullet journal one time and then never again. I was also sad.
Love from Canada. I'm Canadian. Love
Oh.
from Canada.
Oh my god, you're genuinely so sweet. Thank you so much. And instantly, it would be a deer. A deer is actually my favorite animal. I love deers so much. I think they're so cute. Like, I genuinely cannot. So it would definitely be a deer.
Hey girl. I was just wondering how you deal with me.
Oh, Abby should go out to the wilderness. Is there wilderness in Oklahoma that she could go to and see a deer? A deer in Oklahoma? Surely there's like a big national park or something she could go to.
Moments that you're embarrassed of that you filmed and posted on the internet, or the one particular clip that's in my mind is the
Foxy, good to see you, honey. Thank you so much for gifting 5 channel memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome or welcome back to Young Piss Money. Okay. Glass Gal, Angelica Bunnies, and I think there was and Fox in the hen house. Hello, everybody. Enjoy your emojis. Please make sure you thank the fabulous Foxy Red for the gift. Thank you, honey.
beanbag in a hurry comment that guy had made that time. How do you deal with that? I feel
So much Sky? Oh, is there? I'm sure there's a big national park she could go to and see deer. That'd be fun.
embarrassed of that you filmed and posted on the internet.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Ambi in on an ATV. ATV? Yeah, ATV. Or like in a big open Jeep. I'm sure there's a big wildlife park Ambi could sit in the back of a tray and watch some deer.
Or the one
With like a big bag of feed next to her. Throw it out.
particular clip that's in my mind is the beanbag in a hurry comment that guy had made that time. How do you deal with that? I feel like once it's on the internet, people just clip the shit out.
Kavira said, put out birdseed with corn in it. The deer will come. Chat, I haven't told you my story. I haven't told you my story. I made a friend. I made a bird friend. I made a magpie bird friend. I made a magpie bird friend. So what was I doing? I walked outside to do something, and then I turned around and like just just sitting there, perched up, was a magpie watching me. Just watching. I was like, okay, well, no sudden movements because I want to make a bird friend. So, like, I walked back inside. I was like, okay, I want to see if that magpie friend's still there. Walked back outside, still in exactly the same place, still watching me. I'm like, okay, cool. Walked back inside, right? The magpie, like, jumped around to make eye contact with me while I was inside. I was like, oh, well, I mean, 3 times eye contact. That means friends. That means friend. That's generally friend. So I was like, oh God, have I got anything that a magpie would eat? Sesame seeds. I was like, oh, I've got some sesame seeds. I'll put them in a little bowl. Came back outside. Was gone. Magpie friend was gone. So then I put a little bowl with some sesame seeds out. It has not been touched yet, but I have high hopes the magpie will return.
Out of that, and then it's immortalized forever. I've had moments as a big gal where people have said some strange shit to me in public, and I just want to curl up and never be seen by the light of day again. I just can't.
I just want a friendly I'm friends of magpies. I've never been swooped, fortunately. If you do get swooped by a magpie, they will tell their entire family, and then that information will spread across the continent. It's kind of like watching Ambi in I Heard a Rumor.
Imagine having that replayed over and over and over again. Do you ignore it? Do you not even? Maybe you don't even know. Love you, girl. I really do.
Oh, thank you. And honestly, like, okay, I feel like I have so much to say to this. So first of all, I feel like I don't really get made fun of in public. I don't know. That might just be a me thing. I don't notice it really.
You don't go in public, sorry.
Sometimes people be looking at me, but I always am like, do they know me from YouTube? Because 9 times out of 10, if someone is staring hardcore, eventually they are like, I recognize you. I saw you on TikTok. I saw you on YouTube. It's never like, damn, that bitch is big. Like, yes, through my life, I have been very much fat shamed.
Someone in my real life found Ambi on a TikTok the other day. It was very confronting.
In public, it was a lot worse.
I don't know why they, I don't know, they must have been on Cringe Talk or something, and they saw an Ambi clip, and then they were describing it to me, and I came to a conclusion that it was Ambi. And then they showed me, and it was. And I thought, let's not. Let's leave this innocent out of it.
As like a teenager and as a kid, but as an adult, like, it doesn't happen as much. And that whole beanbag in a hurry situation type deal, I still to this day do not think that guy was talking about me. I could be wrong. I don't know. But they all were like in a deep conversation. So I think it might be just one of them situations where it just sounded good at the time.
Lindsay, do they say hi?
I genuinely don't think that someone was just be like, yeah, damn, look at that beanbag in a hurry. That like genuinely also just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, girl.
But I could be wrong. And if I am wrong,
I'm not saying it's a nice thing to say. I'm definitely saying that it was aimed at you.
Literally just a classic example of fat phobia and fat shaming and being made fun of for your body for no reason. And the fact that the internet has like literally glamorized that clip.
Glamorized?
Just proves.
Girl, you're the one who kept it in your video. I'm not saying you're the one who said it, but if you didn't want the internet to hear it or see it, you could have clipped it out. Why are you yelling at us?
Like I've always said.
Andrea, hello.
That I am entirely fat shamed way too much online. And people have somehow made it okay.
Hi, Amber.
I'm a perpetual victim.
Big fan here from Italy. I have been following you since 2018.
But you're not that
I
important.
really enjoyed watching your progress throughout the years.
Progress? Who's this person?
And I'm sorry to see that you're not doing
What progress?
so well, but hopefully you can find someone to sort of keep you motivated and going to achieving all your goals.
Yes, Amberlynn has achieved so many goals on YouTube over the last 10 years.
That
Thank
you've
you.
got for yourself.
This is sarcasm.
My question for you is, if, or maybe when, you finally get to whatever goal it is that you've got for your life, whether it's a certain weight that you want to go down to, or any achievements that you want to get, how are you going to reward yourself?
This person can't even name a goal of Ambi's, by the
Are
way,
you going to
because she has none.
go on a big trip somewhere, or are you going to move somewhere to your dream place? What's the ultimate
Here it is. Got bigger, cried, abused all her partners, and used slurs. That sounds right, Travis. Yeah,
goal?
that's the Amberlynn story in short.
Honestly, like I said in my last Let's Talk, I really want to visit Las Vegas. I think that would just be a fun moment in time. But I don't know
I would love so much to see Ambi's vlog trip to Vegas.
how I would
I would assume it would be similar to the last vlog trip we got, which was her in a hotel room.
reward myself once I've achieved my goal. I really have not thought about it, actually. I have flirted with the idea of like rewarding myself for like small achievements. So I will want to continuously meet those goals so I can keep getting those rewards instead of
What are those achievements, Ambi? Oh, that's right. You looked into GLP-1 last week and you drank 3 bottles of water every day. But you guys, I was never taught how to drink water. I just had like a 5-liter fucking water fountain in the old house. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
just like one big reward
God, she's so full of shit.
at the end of it all because it just seems so daunting.
OMG, I love you so much. They can never make me hate you. My name is Joseph Bystanders, and I really love your channel.
If you're in this chat and you enjoy Amberlynn Reid, girl, don't let me change your mind. I'm just expressing my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. If you want to have a differing opinion about literally anything I say, it's fine. You're allowed to. There's your permission. You don't need it, but feel free.
Watching you, I think from the beginning. And my question to you is, from your entire journey on YouTube, what about your journey do you think people misunderstood? And how could you correct that? Like, how could you allow your audience to understand you better?
Everything and nothing. Like,
Okay, we need to listen to this question again, and then we'll hear her response.
My name is Joseph Bystanders, and I really love your channel. I've been watching you, I think, from the beginning. And my question to you is, from your entire journey on YouTube, what about your journey do you think people misunderstood? And how could you correct that? Like, how could you allow your audience to understand you better?
everything and nothing. Like, that is my genuine response. I have been misunderstood regarding everything.
What?
And I feel like it's done on purpose almost. And there is genuinely nothing I can do about it.
Ambi, I'm going to ask you very slowly so that you understand. What have we misunderstood? Which part of all of this have we misunderstood? Because we watch your content daily. We consume your content. We know who you are. We see your personality. We only see what you show us. What exactly have we misunderstood? Please do not speak down to your audience like we're fucking children, because you are insufferable. What have we misunderstood? We're not dumb. I mean, I can be dumb, but we're not dumb. What are you talking about?
I make these Let's Talk videos to talk about rumors and speculation, and people still believe what they want. Like,
Because we don't believe you. Because you've sat on this platform for a decade and lied, bold-faced, and then cried about it, and told us all we're bullies, and shamers, and hateful, and that you're the victim, and that you've literally done nothing wrong. And we should believe everything that you say. Why should we believe that? Why? I heard you're a massive liar. Oh, wait, no, I know you're a massive liar because I watch your content and have called out like at least 3 or 4 lies in the last hour that we've been live streaming. What?
the whole cookie thing, just as of recently, is a good example of that. They created a rumor.
Could I be a bullying asshole? No, it's the world that's wrong.
Like, the whole cookie thing, just as of recently, is a good example of that. They created a rumor. I talked about it in live stream and in a weigh-in.
You said you were going to get a beignet, and they replaced it with a cookie. People looked at Cracker Barrel or whatever it was, and saw that they only sell beignets in packets, and they only sell cookies in packets. So you were going to get 500 calories worth of beignets. They didn't have it, so they sent you a packet of cookies instead. And you said you had 1 cookie. But they don't sell individual cookies. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you trying to gaslight us like this? Why you lie? Why you lie? No, you got a packet of cookies. And it wouldn't matter anyway because you've probably got 2 Ben & Jerry's in the freezer. No, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? You put 2 pounds on that week. It didn't happen from that 1 cookie.
And still, in this video, I have had to talk about that rumor because they will continue to think whatever they want.
Yes, we will. And you can't change that. You can't control the narrative, and nobody trusts you. Welcome to Amberlynn's channel. Welcome. Great. Why would you trust Amber Reid? What transparency, honesty, what true to life thing has been brought to the internet from Amber Reid that would make you want to trust her? Why would you ever want to trust Amber Reid? Well, why is she? What has she got to hide? Why would she lie? Because she fucking loves it. She loves it. She loves having the ability to gaslight and manipulate people. She has a history of that. She also has a history of lying. So why would anyone fucking trust her?
They will think whatever is the most entertaining to the situation, whatever will make me look the worst. And
that's not our fault, girl. It's not like I'm sitting here telling everybody to mistrust Amber Reid. If you trust the things that Amber Reid has to say, okay, girl. I don't think you should, but that's on you. I'm not telling you what to think. You make your own mind up about Amber Reid. But the lizard brain in me says, stay away.
There is nothing I can do about it at all. Like, genuinely, I wish people understood me more, and I know there's a large portion of people who do, and I appreciate you guys. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and I will always be here.
Hey, Amber. Sorry if the question is a bit hecticana.
Oh, gosh.
But I was wondering, if you were to find out that Rarity has been found and adopted by someone
This is the Rarity update, by the way. A hypothetical fucking question.
else, and is happy, is okay, she's safe, would you travel all the way back to Wisconsin to get her, or would you just let her live with her new family?
Well, firstly, I answer the part of the specific question. No, Abby wouldn't travel back to Wisconsin. Unless her mum or family could drive her the 19 hours. Because she didn't, she technically traveled, but she didn't get herself there. Oh, maybe Abby could catch a flight. That could be fun. No.
I was just wondering. Right.
The acting is pretty bad, Sippy.
Cheers, bye.
Bye. No, she would not get to stay with that family. Rarity is my child, my heart, and it's like, I know she misses me as much as
Ooh, a bus one. Yeah, that's right. Get her on a Greyhound.
I miss her, and I think about her and miss her every single day. Like, literally just a couple days ago, I had a full-fledged breakdown because of it, and it eats me up inside every
Should have closed the door, girl.
single day.
Should have closed the door.
Me and Tommy have spoken about this when it first happened and I came back home, that no matter what happened with me and Tommy, she would never give up looking for Rarity, and neither will I. I'm so constantly and consistently on missing cat forums, etc., etc.
Sure, girl.
And when Rarity is found...
Have you chipped your pets now, or did you just allude to that and didn't actually tell the audience? Because again, that's why people think you're lying, because you're never actually transparent with fuck all. You said, oh, you guys, I took Twinkie and I took Wasabi to the vet. Okay. Did you get them chipped?
I will have her back in my arms.
No.
You know, it's
You don't want to say whether or not you got them chipped? That's a weird thing to not be honest about.
almost like asking someone like, oh, you have a missing child? Okay, so when they're found, do you want them back? Like, of course I do. That is my child. That is my everything. That is my heart and my soul. And my family is not complete without her. Like, something super special was taken from me. I am not able
Not taken. You opened the door.
to
You said you knew the cat was out there.
have children. I'm not able
It's crazy. It's unfortunate, but that was you.
to do that because of cancer and having a hysterectomy. So I treat my fur babies like they're very much my children, like they came from me. And that is how I feel. Like, in my heart, they're just everything to me. Like, genuinely every day, they are what keeps me going. They have been my constant for almost a decade. All
Opposite of taken, really. Mao, you're not wrong.
three of them. And a lot of people constantly were like, why would you take your pets to
By the way, Twonk is back there, and Twonk is looking pretty husky. Oh, God. Twonk, buddy, are you okay? I mean, that's Twonk's face. Hold on, wait. We'll have to zoom out. I know Twonk's laying down, but Amber, you might want to take Twonk to the vet and get a diet plan or something. Yeah, looking a bit sad there.
Wisconsin? It's because I knew I was going to be there for a pretty good length of time, and I wouldn't just leave my children without me. And that's how I view them. And I genuinely thought it was the right choice to take them with me. But something happened. Something bad happened due to that. And it's something that eats me up every single day.
Hey, Amber.
I personally think that Amber took her pets to Wisconsin to try to entrap Slomy? Entrap?
I've got like a would you rather question kind of
I think that's the right word.
thing. Would you rather be able to go to space and explore space, or go to the bottom of the ocean and explore the bottom of the ocean? Bear in mind, like, there's no chance of you dying for either of them. I'm just intrigued what you would choose.
That's scary. They both sound super scary. Very, very scary. Oh my. So if I don't get hurt and I come out alive on both situations, I feel like I would probably go to space, because it's like, I have some questions. Is the Earth flat or not? I'm just joking.
See, there were always jokes about Ambi the flat earther. God, she's a dunce.
All right, you guys, now it is time for tea or tail. Amberlynn is doctor shopping.
No, Ambi never had a consistent doctor. Never had, never will. Never.
That's not true. So
That's what I heard.
I saw people thinking that I was doctor shopping because the telehealth random company that I was trying to get a GLP-1 through denied me because of my past issues with my gallbladder. I should have just saw my
She's so pressed about that too.
primary doctor.
She said it was going to be easy for me. All I needed to do was make a phone call, which, you know, you guys, I'm really proud of the fact that I've overcome my phone anxiety that I lied about for a long time. Specifically that video of her, like, sitting up in the Destiny era bed calling, like, a doctor's office to see if she could come in and get tested for diabetes. Oh, God, you guys, that was so hard. I have such bad phone anxiety. Here she is using a telehealth doctor. That's strange. No, you are just pressed that they didn't say yes. That's what you're pressed about. They said, you're probably going to have to go in and get some tests done and stuff. Go see your doctor.
Denied me because of my past issues with my gallbladder. I should have just saw my primary doctor to begin with.
Yeah, if you'd seen them at any point in time, which I'm still kind of doubtful over.
I have always got the compounded stuff. Get it through these little, like, telehealth companies, and you get it through med spas, which is what I did. But I was going for the real stuff. The Zepbound, the FDA approved stuff. And my brain, like, for some reason was wired to thinking I had to go through these, like, telehealth places. And it's
No, you're just lazy. You're lazy and you probably don't have a consistent doctor. No, that's a lie. You guys, I just thought I had to do that. No one ever taught me that I had to go to the doctor to get a prescription. I thought you had to go through med spas and telehealth hectocanonis. You guys, that's crazy. Go to a doctor for a prescription? What?
Like, for some reason was wired to thinking I had to go through these, like, telehealth places. And it's like, my brain didn't even tell me, Amberlynn, just see your primary care doctor. Like,
nobody even taught me that.
It was like a little thought, like a tiny little one, but it wasn't, like, as obvious as it should have been.
Do you know why? Because Ambi expects literally fucking everything on DoorDash. Like, that is such a fucked mindset. To be like, I can just get everything delivered. What are you even talking about? Privilege. That's what that is. Privilege.
But the company that denied me, they actually suggested, like, maybe you should see your primary care doctor. So,
whoa, what a thought.
It was suggested by them.
Wouldn't you need to be seeing your primary care doctor, like, every 6 to 12 months to get checkups on, like, the entire situation type of deal? No?
Regardless, I should have done that anyway. And if I was doctor shopping or just trying to get this medicine easily...
I mean, technically, I would call that doctor shopping. You refused to go to your primary care doctor, so instead you found a med spa via phone? Sure. Because I have a feeling like that primary care doctor might side-eye this whole thing. Like, what do you even go in to tell your doctor, hi, doc, sorry, I haven't been here for 2 years. You met me a long time ago when I moved to Oklahoma originally, but not really, 9 months after that. Hey, so here's the thing. Over the last, 2 years, I've been on, 2 or 3 different types of semaglutide, and I'm really trying to get on Zepbound. What makes you think Zepbound's a good idea for you? Well, I'm just hoping to kickstart my weight loss journey. Kickstart? Yeah. I'm sorry, what? Sick girl, thank you for being here for 3 months, honey. Sick girl says, late, but no. It's everything. Can you stay? Can it stay? I mean, my throat's a little sore. Sure, I'll work on it. It's specific for Ambi, though. Thanks, Sky tagged and said, should I sell my Ozempic to Emily and Reid? I'm only 3 hours away.
I was trying to just take a shortcut, etc., etc. I would just go back to the med spa. I would just go back to those telehealth companies that approved me like this and just wanted my money. But I wanted to.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Ambi. You should just go to med spas and lie to them. That's such a good idea. Weird, though, that you came off GLP-1s because you were concerned about your gallbladder. Now you want to get back on them to kickstart your weight loss, which sounds fucking insane when you consider how a GLP-1 works. But okay, yeah, no, that's smart.
Do it the right way. So that's why I'm choosing not to do that. So this next rumor kind of correlates a little bit with the last one. Amberlynn doesn't even have a doctor.
That's why she said my telehealth doctor.
That's not true. I actually do have a doctor, and I've had the same one since I've been in Oklahoma. So it's been...
No. You're very specific with that verbiage there, but it took you 9 months to find a doctor in Oklahoma. Not because she was trying, but because she was fucking lazy and decided, no. It's so silly. It's so silly. No, you did not have a doctor in Oklahoma for 9 months. 9 months. You admitted to that. So why are you lying, girl?
Almost 2 years now. I get it, my life is boring, but I don't vlog every single thing in my life. Like literally since I've been home from Wisconsin, I have seen my doctor. It was just like a normal checkup. Amberlynn doesn't need protein because she doesn't do anything. So protein is not just for athletes. It's not just for people who...
Everybody needs protein.
Get up and exercise and go to the gym and do all this movement.
Now, what I will say is that Ambi doesn't need to be buying things that are like, ooh, look, it's Doritos with extra protein. Like, Ambi also probably doesn't need to be drinking protein shakes the way that she at least used to. Like, first thing in the morning, she used to, like, Premier Protein Plus. She probably doesn't necessarily need that. She probably gets enough protein from food sources. But in saying that, I feel like she probably eats a lot more carbohydrates than protein, and if she were serious about changing her diet, she might look to reduce her carbohydrates and increase her protein. But whatever.
Protein is for everyone.
She's not, well, she is gaining, but she's not in a bulking period. Well, do you know what?
Protein is for humans.
Amy's all about the gains.
It's for mammals. Everyone literally needs protein. I'm not like some random species that doesn't need protein. Protein is super, super important. Like it helps with bone health, gives you strength and energy.
Exactly. Gigi said protein is required for everyone. Protein bars and shakes are not. No, those sources of protein are really good for people who lead busy lives and need a convenient boost to their protein. Abby doesn't need more fucking convenience. This is the life that convenience has led to. Abby does not need more convenience.
And the list literally goes on.
How about you cook a chicken breast and you chew that motherfucker and you burn some calories? Like, we don't need to be drinking our protein, girl. How about we look for fiber? What a world. What a world.
But to make matters even worse, protein is even more important for people who have been through menopause. It helps with muscle loss. It helps with that slower metabolism you get because of menopause. It helps with the density loss that you get. Protein helps with all of these things. And when you're losing weight, you sadly do lose muscle. So to help with that, eat that protein, drink that protein. It is very...
Drinking protein, again, is very convenient and good for people who, like, need easy access to protein. Ambi does not need easy access to protein. Ambi ate herself to 520 pounds. There's no like added, you don't add more protein because that's just more calories. Reduce carbohydrates and fats, increase protein. Sure, it's a balancing act, girl. But please do not fucking sit here and lecture me about macros because you are fucked.
Very important. So we are about to get to bad choices, but I forgot to mention a very important one. Lack of protein equals hair loss. And I do not want any more of that. All right, you guys, it is now time for bad choices. So I've actually had people send me like videos and pictures, people that have this game, and they send me the responses. And I genuinely think it is like the cutest thing ever. Like you guys are like literally adorable. I can't. All right, first one. Have you ever made a sex tape like with someone else?
Stop.
No. For $100,000, would you spit on every new person you meet for a year? No, I wouldn't. Like, that just sounds extremely disrespectful.
Well, there's no stipulation in there that I couldn't tell them what I was doing. I don't know. I don't meet that many new people, so
Well, plus, spitting
technically, I might take that.
on someone is actually illegal. Random fact, but I'm sure everyone knows that. If you were broke, would you keep a
Could I go a year without meeting a new person? I mean, Ambi certainly could. DoorDash.
lost wallet full of cash, even if the owner's ID is inside? Absolutely not. I've actually.
And what's considered a meeting? Like being in the same room or like a formal introduction? Like... yeah, you could spit on like shoes. You could just like it is gross, but like there are ways and means around it. Like it could come off as inoffensive. You could just like like accidentally like look, I've got a wet mouth, famously. I'm known for it. I've got a wet mouth, so like it wouldn't surprise me, like spittle. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many questions with these. Slightly Deluded. Hello, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining as a member. I appreciate it. Everyone say hi to Slightly. Hope you have a good time. Not wet mouth pulpy.
Ever made a sex tape, like with someone else? No. For $100,000, would you spit on every new person you meet for a year? No, I wouldn't. Like that just sounds extremely disrespectful. Plus, spitting on someone is actually illegal. Random fact, but I'm sure everyone knows that. If you were broke, would you keep a lost wallet full of cash even if the owner's ID is inside? Absolutely not. I've actually found a wallet before. And obviously when you find a wallet, you look inside to look for the ID. And when I saw the ID, I saw that there was cash in there.
Why are we doing this? I don't know. She needs to pad this out, I guess, even though it's 21 minutes long.
Didn't take a penny. And that was during my broke era. Have you ever said I love you and not heard it back? Yes. Have you ever injured yourself during sex? Yeah, I'm like...
It's information I don't want or need. My God, play this with friends, not to camera. This is so bizarre.
Like a pulled cramp and, you know, some other personal things.
Right, so Ambi's received sex injuries confirmed. I'm so happy to know that.
Anyways, that is the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys love Twinkie as much as I do. Do you dead babes? I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Smuggy. It's smuggy in here. All right, chat. We're done. We're all caught up with the terrible Amberlynn Reid. The wicked Amberlynn Reid. God, what a nasty individual. But I hope you all had a fabulous time. Thank you all so much for being here. Please take care of yourself this weekend. For those of you on the rewatch, thank you for your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. Chat, as always, you've been lovely. Thank you for making me laugh. I hope you have a great day. Please make sure you brush your hair and your teeth, wash your face, get your steps in, hug a loved one. Don't be a dumpster fire on the internet. Bring the smugness down a little. Makes you a lot more likable. Not that I'm saying any of you are smug. But thank you very much for being here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next